welcome to our new, very probably one episode series of igneous petrology at the hardware store, specifically Menards. A lot of these are actual rock carvings. They're cut from actual stone. I'm going to go through them with you here. I don't remember how many. I already recorded them, but yeah. So you can do geology at the hardware store as well. You can see the shiny stuff is mica, probably muscovite. You can see the striations on the plagioclase. Quartz is the gray stuff here. I don't see any alkali feldspar. This might be here. I don't have a hand lens to tell. It might be alkali. Some really cool differential cooling in whatever rock this was. You got it there, there. I really wish I knew where this came from. This is an interesting granitic rock. It's definitely plutonic. Crystals are huge. My thumb in width at the widest is 0.9 inches. So that right there is wider than an inch. You look at it here, it's like granular instead of crystalline. Yeah, this is definitely plagioclase and all of this. Some metasomism going on here maybe in this one. I really wish it was. This is cool. This, the bluish gray, is mostly a labradorite. Bitonite, one of the two. You can't really see it in the video, but it is iridescent. There you go. You can kind of see it here a lot better. The black seems to be biotite or hornblende. I can't tell because it's polished. And there's very little quartz in this. There's that gold shimmer. It's biotite. Yeah, it's really cool. Now this actually is not that different from this. As a rock cools and the igneous body cools, it moves towards alkali feldspar from plagioclase. It has two Bones reaction series. And this is near the beginning of that. This is a little further along. You do still see some iridescence in this. You can see clear as day the plagioclase in here is striated. So this is not labradorite. There's real good crystal development on this one. This is definitely pegmatitic. These are huge. You can still see some of the bluish color and iridescence in some of these. But this is quartz. This bluish gray is quartz. It's not labradorite. It's very granular. And here you can see the gold flux or some biotite, but there's probably hornblende in it too. You got to be careful when you do stuff like this because at first glance I was like, oh yeah, this is a feldspathic and lithic sandstone or quartzite. But then I got to look and I'm like, wait a minute, like that? Something like this would not, even though it's it's very angular. This is manufactured stone. Yeah, this thing is definitely manufactured because underneath, when you look, it's just white. So this coats whatever this white is. So yeah, this is manufactured. So you always got to look underneath, and something like this isn't going to be able to be carved out of quartzite without shattering it. This here is kind of cool. This is a gabbro. You can see the pyroxenes, the bladed-like structure of the hornblende. There is some quartz in here, very little. It's very little amounts. This is almost all mafic, and the lighter gray stuff would be plagioclase. You can tell it's actually a rock because it's cut, and it doesn't go into the sink. This here is also pegmatite, and it's really, really cool. It's hard to identify. This bladed stuff is likely an amphibole, some sort, like hornblende. Now this here, the yellow and the white, I'm not seeing any strong striations on it, unless here there's some. But I think this might actually be microcline. I could be wrong. I'm looking for that type of striations and I'm not seeing it. I guess it could just be, maybe it is plagioclase. The yellow, yeah, I'm not seeing. So the yellow is plagioclase. These clear stools here, and I don't know what those are. This is quartz, okay? The blades, like I said, are some sort of amphibole. This is, I'm not sure what that is. I can't tell without a hand lens. There is muscovite in here. Let's see, there's some garnets. That's a garnet. That's a garnet. So this is a pretty cool one too, and this is definitely carved. Yeah. This one here is the last one I'm gonna do. This is also obviously igneous. Let's get a little closer. You can see striations. So the white is plagioclase. There is some AK, some alkali, some K-spar, the more whiter stuff. The light translucent gray stuff is quartz. The globular, it doesn't really have any crystal structure. It's anhedral. But you notice I'm not getting to something that you probably already noticed right now, but I got some more other stuff I gotta cover. This here is probably, you can see some biotite here. This is biotite. I can't tell if there's hornblende, but you can see the golden color. Okay, what's all this purple stuff? I'm avoiding telling you what it is. It's all over here. It's probably 2 to 5% of the rock, depending on where you zoom in. It's garnet. This rock has a lot of garnet in it. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Here is a Rapakivi granite, which I've already done an entire episode on at Home Depot, so I'm not going to do it here. And we don't really have much time, but I like this. This is kind of cool. This is both probably about 50-50 plagioclase and alkali feldspar, and the only way to tell them apart is by the striations. The striations here, there's not so much here, and it's cool because the mafics, it's kind of weird because there's still show evidence of being in between the plagioclase, so they must have been injected. Mineralogy must have been injected as this was already cooling.